Hello everyone, my name's Dr. Bucci. Today I'm playing some more Team Fortress 2. As you can see, I'm playing as the medic on Gold Rush. This is part 2 of my medic beginners tips. In my last video I played as defense on this map and on the same server around the same time, just before. And in this video I'm playing as offense, as the medic again. So in this video I want to talk less about general tips and more about how to apply those in a setting, and hopefully there'll be a few examples of me actually doing things, and some of the less obvious tips you'll be able to pick up on and use. So here really I'm just working with the team, trying to push the cart but at the same time keep my teammates healed, because obviously if you're on the cart you've got healing. Coming up here trying to protect these two heavies. I think I'm healing both of these heavies. Yeah, I'm double healing here, which is like double ubering but without the uber. So just coming in here, hiding behind the cart. Remember, medics don't have a lot of health, so it's good to stay hidden. And when you're attacking, it's not as easy to stay hidden because obviously you're on the move and you can't take cover as easily. So the payload cart's actually a pretty good one. It's got quite a big hitbox as well, so it means that it's quite difficult for snipers to get you if you're behind it in some way. So we're steamrolling quite a lot here. We roll straight through into the last round. I only got a bit of these. These are kind of like a preface, if you will, a prelude to what happens next. And the last round is quite long, and this one and the last one were pretty short and pretty easy. But after this, it gets a little bit more difficult. So there, I waste my uber. I should have used it earlier, but I was trying to wait for the right moment. Coming out here with this heavy and this soldier, just healing him because he's been mad milked. Usually means someone's going to try and hit him. That's the usual thing. Coming in, winning the round, deciding to use the uber source. So I'll just quickly go through my loadout, using the same loadout as the last video. Yeah, I'll put it in the description, by the way, so if you haven't seen it you can go and watch it. I'm using the overdose as my primary weapon for the speed bonus, which is kind of useful in attacking, but it's mostly good for getting away from enemies when you've got no one to heal and you've got an uber almost ready, because you get more of the speed boost for more uber charge you have, provided it's equipped. I'm using the stock medigun because that's really good for pushing forward, and although you can't go on the cart while you're uber charged, it's good for just clearing out enemies and pushing forward, and that means your teammates can come in with the cart. One thing I've noticed in payload is the cart sometimes isn't the front. It's not the front of the push. Some games people will move forward and secure ground before they move the cart up, because when you're pushing the cart you're quite vulnerable. You're staying on it. You've got to stay there. It's quite easy for someone to just come in and take you down. And here I'm just healing this engineer because I've got no one else to heal. But sorry, let me get back to what I was saying about my loadout. I'm also using the uber saw mainly for spies. Spies on the defending team can be a bitch, especially when you're with a heavy, and it's just good for protecting your teammates. And here I'm stupid and I get killed when I was about to have an uber. That happens a lot in this video, especially on this final round, and then it starts to get a bit better as we go on. We get stuck, and the one thing about Gold Rush I've noticed is this initial push here can sometimes be a real pain to get through, but then it's the next one, the next two even, that are fine, but then it's the last one that's really a bitch. And I think the problem with it is, see here, we've come through here, I just cut that there. The problem is the defending team never place sentries or anything, or very rarely place sentries along that alleyway, because if you put them at the back you can be hit by snipers and hit by rockets very easily. So that's quite a hard area to defend. So usually when you're playing Gold Rush, this isn't really medic specific, but when you're playing Gold Rush on this last round, you'll notice as an attacking team that area's got very little resistance in comparison to the start and the finish, which probably because of where the spawns are and just good locations for engineers to place sentries. So this is where we get stuck, and one of the scouts on our team changes to heavy after all, because he realises we're not going to be able to win, and that's always good when someone changes their class for the good of the team. That's something I always like. I should probably do more of it myself, but So trying to heal this heavy, and I get the feeling that he's going to die, so I was about to leave. I remember at that point I was thinking I should probably go now, he's going to die. And no, he survives and I die. Keeping sure everyone is healed. or at least overhealed. There we go. This scout wants me, and just run down here. Decide to heal this engineer because he's not really doing much. Get some overheal on him. Come back down. Everyone's running away. I'm kind of left out in the open on my own here. Just coming in to save this demo man, helping him out with his sticky jump, which didn't seem to go too well. Not to be a critic, but wasn't the best. Later on, I actually really fail at protecting this this demo man. I completely mess up and I accidentally heal the wrong person, which is something that a medic should focus on. There's a basic tip that I haven't really gone over. Sometimes I forget that there are people who are completely new to the game and don't understand the basics of it. And here I'm just saying I need someone to Uber, and that's when this guy decides maybe it's time to go as heavy. But as he was saying, something you should focus on as a medic, especially in the early times, is just making sure you are healing the right people at the right time. I haven't really gone over that, but I can't emphasize that enough, just to make sure the people who need healing most are being healed. I'm pretty sure I lose this to Uber because I'm an idiot, but let's just see how it goes. Making sure there are no spies around again. Like I said in my last video, spy check. In fact, I say that in pretty much every video. It's something I'm very paranoid. You should spy check as much as possible. And here I'm getting worried. I'm thinking I don't want to use my Uber because they're quite far away, but at the same time I don't want to waste it. So running back up here, I ran back for a while waiting for the guy to come back as a heavy. Here he is now. And so we do quite a bit of pushing. There's an Uber up there, a defending Uber charge, so what we're going to do is wait for them, dealt with by someone else. So coming in here, trying to take on 2 heavies, which is pretty good going. Coming around here, doing pretty good job, Now here we get stuck for ages waiting behind this truck, just hiding. I'm making sure this heavy's healed. He's doing quite a good job, just going out occasionally to put pressure on that sentry. A tip for you guys if you're using the crit screen, just remember crits don't apply to machines, so don't bother using your crit screen on someone who's going to be attacking the sentry. And here we're running now, and I get taken down once again. Come back in with the same heavy. Try and just do as best we can to wipe out the enemy team and make sure our team can push up. Heavy goes down really quickly because of crits, so I'm going to send him away. Keep the heavy away with my overdose, which I don't think he's too concerned about, to be honest, but hey, at least I tried. Coming in here, seeing someone else, to overheal. I mean, personally, my overheal and priorities are people like soldiers, scouts, anyone who's going to be seeing frontline combat and or is going to be a high target. Here's a soldier who completely misses with the cow mangler and gets caught behind there. So now I'm starting to worry whether we're going to be able to push back up in time. We've got 3 minutes left, about. Just worrying. So my heavy's come back, and I'm pocketing a little bit here, but honestly at this point I'm feeling that he's the guy who knows what to do. Coming up, he's waiting with me, and we're going to try and wait for this defensive Uber to go away. Jumping down, doing the good old jumping and revving up the minigun trick to get that extra time. Using my Uber a little bit too early, but I felt it was necessary. Coming in to stand between myself and enemies is just something I do out of habit now. Mini sentry there. Coming up, sniper trying to hit us. So we get behind the cart. He's getting hit a lot. Running away, and I'm going to go heal the other guy before coming back. And this is where I waited for ages, didn't realise the sandwich was there. Pick it up. Say thanks. That's something I do a lot. I just say thanks to people when I'm playing games. Like on Battlefield I do it a lot, and when I get revived, sorry, it sounds a bit weird, resurrected, and on Team Fortress whenever I get, extinguished or whatever, get killed by a crit rocket, both of us get killed, coming back to save this heavy, although his sandwich and the dispenser are doing a pretty good job. And this is sort of the last moments of the video. We've got 1 minute 20, and this is where it gets pretty intense, because by this point I want to win, because we won when we were defending, and I really wanted to keep them back now, and I think we manage it, and it's quite a good feeling. if I'm honest, to keep the enemy team back, pushing forward, just keeping on that. I was about to move to that heavy, but he gets taken down by his headshot. Heavy goes down, and this is the point where I'm thinking we've lost it. You know, that heavy's going to take ages to come back. We're never going to get on the cart. So I'm running away, just keeping people healed and trying to stay back. And these are all precious moments now in the round where we could be winning. Fortunately, respawn time was quite low. Just checking the scoreboard. I'm not sure why we didn't go down the side. In hindsight, we probably should have gone down drop down the side just there, and made a push. Here we go. This is the final Uber, the final charge, taking out both of those, both that engineer and that sniper. 2 heavies now, just pushing up to the very end, and most people die at this point. Most of our team die, and I think there's only about 3 of us left on the cart. Heavy comes in and punches them, which is very, very honourable of him, and then we win. And I score 2nd on the leaderboard, which is good. Just saying thanks to all my teammates and how we had a good time and how we did well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was informative in this one. I didn't really feel that informative compared to my last video, but if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'm going to be doing some more commentary and live commentary on Team Fortress 2 very soon, and maybe some more stuff later. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a like. I urge you to subscribe as well if you feel like it, and thanks a lot everyone. See you later.